Order. We're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty, and justice for all.
I was muted.
So I don't see any. 2-1 results of the Little Compton Financial Town Meeting impact on school year 2022. They passed the budget, so there is no impact that we're going to have negatively. Does anybody want to comment on that? No comments. Public input. No. Anyone in the public or want to raise their hand and speak? Now's the time to do it. I don't see any yet. If you do, Mariah, let me know. 4-1 action item, consider and vote to enter into executive session under RGL section 40-46-5A2 via roll call.
Holly Allen.
Aye, sorry.
Hannah Ea.
Aye.
Mike Rocha.
Aye.
Rita Kennahan.
Aye.
Patrick McHugh.
Aye. All right, folks, we'll see you over there.
Thanks, Mariah, or John. Thank you.
Welcome back.
What did we land on? 5 o'clock for next week?
Yes.
What's the date on next Thursday, please?
27th.
You know, I was just talking that whole way through. That's funny. I'm like, why is no one listening to me? God. All right. So I will consider a vote to seal the minutes of executive session.
So
No
moved.
votes were no votes were taken. No votes were taken in executive session, and I will consider a vote to seal the minutes. I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Polly Allen,
Aye.
Hannah Aya,
Aye.
Mike Rocha,
Aye.
Rita Kennahan,
Aye.
Patrick McHugh.
If you want to do some house cleaning on the time of the next meeting Thursday, go ahead. Do we need to do that now? We're all good?
Yeah,
Am I freezing?
I couldn't hear what you said, Patrick.
I'm sorry. If you want to do some house cleaning on Thursday's meeting, next Thursday, go ahead. I'm having trouble hearing me, huh? I'm hearing an echo in the speakers.
You're like almost echoing, not quite, but something weird.
Patrick, if you were requesting a confirmation on the next meeting, it's going to be Thursday, the 27th at 5 p.m.
Good. All right, so 7.1, consider and vote to adopt the appeals policy. This is a first read, so I'll go to the two ladies that are on that committee to explain it.
So, Lori may want to explain it more, but we took an exemplar from Charahoe and we drafted it so it would reflect Little Compton. It's basically a process of how you would proceed with appeals in the Little Compton School District. Maybe Lori wants to give, I don't know, some backstory to it, but it's reflected in other policies and we can't seem to find the original one. So we're making.
It is the policy, we follow this policy, that there are 4 levels that stakeholders have to appeal any sort of disposition, whether it's a staff member and it's an employment issue, whether it's a parent and it's an issue regarding his, her, or their child, or a student himself, herself, or themselves. And so we follow this, and you first go to the principal, then you go to the superintendent, then it gets kicked up to the school committee, then it gets kicked up to RIDE. And an appeal of any type, basically. How did we find that we were missing an appeals policy? We were looking at our 504 policy due to an issue that occurred in 2010 that has visited me and Attorney Anderson for a wrap-up for the U.S. Department of Education's Office of Civil Rights. And we realized that policy itself was out of date, missing pieces, and it referenced an appeals policy that we couldn't find. And then we looked at other policies that referenced the appeals policy. We looked everywhere on campus, in hard copies, in the Word doc canon, and we believe it existed somewhere because we follow it. So we got an exemplar from Attorney Anderson. Polly localized it to reflect Little Compton and Wilbur McMahon School. And we're basically remediating sort of a sin of omission in our policy canon. We follow the policy though. We just don't have it on the books.
Okay, this is the first read, so there's no vote, just discussion. Any other discussion on this one? All right, not seeing any. Thank you for all your hard work, policy people. And I'll consider a vote to adjourn. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
And roll call, please.
Polly Allen,
Aye.
Hannah Aya,
Aye.
Mike Rocha,
Aye.
Rita Kennahan. Aye. Patrick McHugh.
Aye. So Polly and Rita, can you hear me?
Yes.
The superintendent's going over to Portsmouth to be a part of the award ceremony in June. I don't know what it is. So either one of you guys can go, whether it's the liaison, the Portsmouth one, Rita, or vice chair. I cannot make it. So
June
you guys
7th.
can, decide.
June
You
7th?
can- I don't know what the date is. I just know I can't make it.
June 7th, I believe it's 6 o'clock or,
John Anderson, thank you. I know you're busy.
Yep, thank you.
thank
See
you,
buddy.
John.
Bye-bye.
It's the one